Alright, so for today's warm-up, we are solving cubic and cube root equations again. This is day 2, where we have to take a cube root of both sides instead of yesterday, which was cubing both sides. So what happens when we do it, what is the process for it, and what happens if we don't get good answers, what happens if we get answers that don't work out, so we have to use approximations. So what we're going to do from here is we're going to go ahead and solve it like normal, and we're going to simplify to get an exact answer first, and then use your calculator to find the approximation so we know exactly where this number is. So this first question, 2 times 2x minus 8 cubed plus 5 is equal to 37. You're going to solve it like we do everything. We're trying to get the parenthesis by itself. So we're going to subtract 5 on both sides. When we subtract 5 on both sides, we get 2 times 2x minus 8 to the third power is equal to 32. From here, you take the 2 and you divide on both sides. So that cancels there, and you're left with 2x minus 8 to the third power is equal to 16. From here, we have the parenthesis is now isolated. We have to get rid of the cube by taking the third root, or the cubed root of both sides, so that it cancels over here, leaving you with 2x minus 8 is equal to the cubed root of 16. Now, the cube root 16 is not a perfect cube. 8 is a perfect cube, 27 is a perfect cube, 64 is a perfect cube, 125 is a perfect cube. So this will end up simplifying for us for our exact answer. And we'll do that later on. But for right now, we're still trying to get x by itself. So we're going to add 8 to both sides. 8 is on the outside. That's going to give me 2x is equal to the cube root of 16 plus 8. And then we're going to end up dividing by 2. This right here is the exact answer before we simplify. So now we're going to go ahead and simplify this radical and see if we can't get it even more reduced down. So we know that the cube root of 16 is 2, 8, and then 8 is a perfect cube with 2, 2, and 2 left over. If there's a 3 inside the index, that means you need to circle 3 2's to bring it out. And then we have times the cube root of what's left over, this 2 right here. So I'm going to rewrite and simplify. By rewriting, I have 2 times the cube root of 2 plus 8, and this whole thing is over 2. Both of these have an even number on top, so this 2 can actually reduce this down as well. And that gives me the cube root of 2 plus 4 is the exact answer. And when I plug that into the calculator exactly the way that it's written, I've got 5.2599. That would be the approximation if it asks you for that. Exact answer, approximation. If you plug this into your calculator, you'll still get this answer. But if you're looking at a test, we're looking at trying to simplify it as far as we can, so make sure that you do that. Going to the next question. I did the same exact type of question, except I jumbled up the numbers and brought the cube over to the opposite side. So what I'm going to do with this question is I want to treat it exactly the same. I want to get the cube by itself. When I get the cube by itself, I'm going to go ahead and subtract 3 on both sides. And that's going to give me 9. 9 is equal to 4 minus x cubed. Now that the parenthesis is by itself, we want to go ahead and get rid of the cube by taking the cube root of both sides. Now, 9 is a perfect square, but it is not a perfect cube. So we know that we're going to leave it with the cube root of 9 as part of the final answer. 9 only breaks down to 3 and 3, so there's no other simplification needed for this one. So I have the cube root of 9 is equal to 4 minus x. We're going to subtract 4 on both sides. That's going to give me the cube root of 9 minus 4 is equal to negative x. What most people will have problems with here is they'll forget to divide by a negative. When you divide the whole thing by a negative, it switches all the signs. So now I'm looking at the exact answer of negative cube root of 9 plus 4 is equal to x. this is the exact answer. When you plug it into your calculator, you end up getting 1.9199. Make sure that you round appropriately. In my class, we go to the nearest 10,000th place, so 4 decimals. That takes care of your warm-up day 2 of solving cubic and cube root equations.